Brilliant stuff at Amy Park. Let's have a look at the two teams. Arthur Dillis's first game in charge. And after the bye, he has a full-strength squad to choose from as well. And he's made two changes from the team that beat Perth. Casey Boss has recovered his left-back position at the expense of Adama Traore. And Reno Piscopo replaces Brazilian Santos in attack alongside Daniel Arzani and Nicolaus Vergos. Socceroos Nishan Velupale and Bruno Fornaroli start on the... And Aurelio Vidmar was keeping faith with the 11 that started last weekend against Auckland in that entertaining 2-2 draw, but Jimmy Jego, who overcame a late fitness test about 2 hours before kickoff, then failed a later one in the warm-up. He has been replaced by Zane Schreiber. It's the only change. Patrick Beach keeps his place in goal. Andreas Kuhn will play the number 10 role behind the 17-year-old Medin Mehmeti, Jonathan Cohen and Harry Politidis on the flanks. But Melbourne City are still without the injured Max Caputo, Matt Leckie, Marco Tilio and Andrew Nabu. Well, there is Arthur Dillis, the man who was assistant coach to Tony Popovic at the Western Sydney Wanderers and with Greek side Santi, before joining Popper again at Melbourne Victory. In between time, he had 2 years with the Newcastle Jets as assistant coach to Arthur Pappas. Big night in the number 1 chair for Arthur Dillis and Aurelio Vidmar, the 57-year-old coach, the former Socceroo great, who has only coached Adelaide before taking the reins at Melbourne City. That one and only win over Melbourne Victory 17 years ago now. Sean Evans is our central referee. George Lacrindis and Andrew Mamarakis are his assistants. Jack Morgan is the 4th official. And in the VAR room, it is Kate Jakovitz. The big occasion, the Christmas derby. So many headlines written in this fixture. Big night for Reno Piscopo. A-League match number 100 for him. Has never scored against Melbourne City in 10 meetings. And there is the young keeper, Patrick Beach. We are all set for a start. The blue smoke has lifted above Amy Park. Fantastic noise coming from our 2 sets of active supporters. Well, it's been a bigger week than usual as we build up to the Melbourne derby, but it's time to put all the talk, all the conjecture behind us. The reward for Melbourne Victory, if they can make it 3 wins on the trot, Andy Harper, is top spot in the league. Not a bad way to start your career if you're Arthur Dillis as well. And it is Victory straight onto the front foot. Vergos looking for Piscopo. City clear their lines.
Yeah, decent prize on offer this evening, Robbie, certainly for Victory if they can snatch top spot. Compliments of the season to you and to all our viewers. This will be a great night. It's been a bubbling week, hasn't it? And the surprising news of Patrick Cosnorvo's defection, exit from the club. Bizarre timing given derby week, and that the speculation is going to a club in the City Football Group stable has really put a lot of petrol on this.
More than likely as assistant as well to Yokohama F. Marinos, if the rumours are correct. Another Aussie at that club and another Aussie plying their trade in Japan's professional football leagues as well. Geria with the challenge. Zane Schreiber, who had to get himself ready in a hurry after Jimmy Jego was withdrawn from the squad literally in the final minutes of the warm-up. We were here at the stadium a couple of hours early. We saw him going through his paces, and it looked when he was named in the side that he was going to be okay, but clearly as the intensity intensified, as it does before a derby, well, too much for Jego this evening.
Truan with the early diagonal switch. Politidis just getting his timing wrong. Brilliant pre-game. The Victory fans in full voice. The North Terrace with just a wonderful tifo. The violinist was working that bow beautifully.
Evangeline Victoria.
That was really good.
She has become quite the cult figure at Melbourne Victory. Playing the Seven Nations Army theme. And then, of course, it's a Victory home game. Their anthem, Stand By Me, ringing out around Amy Park. Here's Jonathan Cohen on that excellent left foot. Been amongst the goals recently. The Israeli winger cuts inside onto that left boot.
Yeah, he started to really find his feet. Some really nice touches early in the season, and the last couple of games, finding a couple of goals, and we've seen he can strike a ball. He carries the ball with speed as well. Very difficult to come to grips with if you're defending against him. That's Boss's job this evening. Left fullback for Melbourne Victory.
8 international caps with Israel for Jonathan Cohen. His dad Mickey also played professionally in Israel. One in the air by Cohen, the Austrian, who has also been in excellent form of late. It's something of a double team. Cohen and Cohen. Here's Arzani into Mashash, so dangerous in these areas of the field, with Arzani trying to curl it, paddled away by Patrick Beach. The first keeper called into action. Now Piscopo's got the better of Atkinson. Piscopo drives it back in, and Patrick Beach shows a clean pair of gloves at the second time of asking.
Well, really sharp start. A lot of the occasion, of course, feeding the energy of the players, and that shot from Arzani was really well saved. Beautiful night in Melbourne. Clear sky, crisp evening air. Perfect. Perfect for the Christmas derby.
Brendan Hamill drawing a cheer from the Victory faithful. He's one of a few players to have crossed the divide. He started his A-League career with Melbourne Heart 14 seasons ago. As is Bayage, he started with Melbourne Victory at about the same time. Piscopo. A-League match number 100 for him as he skips past Cohen and finds Arzani. Mashash and Virgos ahead. Here is the French-Moroccan, Zinedine Mashash. Important foot in there from Schreiber. Now Cohen. He's got Mehmeti making the run through the middle. Switches play with Cohen. 17-year-old Mehmeti on the score sheet last weekend. Waits inside the box. Atkinson. Mehmeti runs near post. That's where the ball was delivered. Just too much pace on it for Politidis at the back post.
That's good football from City. They're maintaining as much width as they can, and as Victory compact their defence to one side of the field, the switch very effective. Cohen then linking up with Nathaniel Atkinson. Really good football from Melbourne City, and that's on the back of Melbourne Victory themselves doing some pretty tasty things. Here's the latest instalment.
Great switch of play from Ryan Teague. Casey Boss just doing enough to foul Jonathan Cohen. And only just at that. City get moving forward again. Politidis flags down for the moment. Up it comes against Andreas Cohen. He does like to drift out onto the left. Cohen, even if he's playing nominally as a number 10, it looks as though he's almost a second striker alongside Mehmeti. Jack Duncan had a fantastic season so far, Duncan, between the posts for Melbourne Victory as they await the arrival of Mitch Langerak in the new year. Duncan currently ranked second in the league for save percentages behind Alex Paulson. I don't think even the 4-0 will change that ranking just yet. Earlier today, Auckland getting beaten by Western United. Cohen lays it back. Atkinson, time to control and cross towards Mehmeti. Well played, Valadon with Piscopo. Big switch, looking for Arzani. Bajic. Oh, fooled everyone.
Beautiful touch from Aziz Bajic. That's what 80 Socceroos caps will do for you. Or thereabouts.
Charging up the other end as well. Rides the challenge of Arzani. Cohen, it was just behind him as he tried to flick it out the back door towards Mehmeti. Atkinson. They are already a far cry from the opening minutes of the first Melbourne derby this season, in which City was subdued. City were dominated, overrun eventually with 3 early goals, and it could have been more for Melbourne Victory. Aurelio Vidmar said that day the first half was not worthy of a derby. There's already more resistance in this one, a little bit too casual from Arzani. By Virgos. No love lost between those two. Bajic was suspended for stomping on Virgos in the last derby, of course. Not picked up during the match. He was suspended by the disciplinary tribunal in midweek. Virgos just reminding him that he hasn't perhaps forgotten what happened that day. With the slip, but still manages to find Cohen. Piscopo has to scurry back. Arzani doesn't get it back. Politides a little bit hungrier. And then Geria intercepts. Virgos for Mashash. Oh, fantastic dribble. Past Ugarkovic. Cohen saying there was a handball. The ball did bounce up off the hand of Mashash, but then the piece of skill was absolutely remarkable.
Now, if that foul is blown against Ugarkovic and nothing before it, let's watch this closely. It's got to be a yellow card. I mean, it's ridiculous that a player is allowed to kill an attack like that early in the game, whatever. Ridiculous. Should be a Melbourne City player now on tenterhooks for the rest of the game.
And there's the same player doing the same thing again, this time on Piscopo, who almost found Geria. I wonder how long Sean Evans, who's taking charge of his 4th Melbourne derby, is going to give Stephen Ugarkovic. Cohen, oh, he just slipped. He had an easy pass alongside him. Mehmeti wrestling. Cohen gets it back again. This time finds Politides. City on the front foot. Well defended, Geria. Oh, what a frantic, frenetic start in the first 11 minutes to the second Melbourne derby of the season. Bajic. Melbourne Victory's website this week said, "Are you ready for this biggest match of the season for Melbourne Victory?" Local dominance, the derby just giving it that extra status in an original rivalry match or a big blue perhaps. Melbourne Victory have been outstanding here at Amy Park this season. 5 wins out of 5, including 2 Melbourne derbies, if you like, one against City and one against Western United, in which they were both times the away team. Burgos looking for the first time ball from Ashash. Dillis said he only found out of the blue that Patrick Kisnorbo was leaving on Monday evening. Called his dad because he didn't want him to find out in the press the next day, and said, "You're not allowed to tell anyone." Now, here is Cohen on the front foot. Atkinson, it's a good ball for Mehmeti. Now Ugarkovic takes over, hits it on the half volley. Well, he's been in fine scoring form of late, Ugarkovic, but couldn't hit the target that time.
Yeah, I think he's a fine player, and he doesn't score a lot of goals. Well, certainly over the course of his career, he hasn't scored a lot of goals, but he is capable from that range, as we have seen on a few occasions. But again, he's just never stops, Stephen Ugarkovic. I don't know that he's ever not available for selection. There'll be few players, if any, in the league who cover more distance than him. He is quite a specimen, Steve Ugarkovic. And physically, of course, I'm talking, and a wonderful player on top of that.
Beach looked long on that occasion, and City have it back. Politidis' touch, but Cohen had come short. Hamill. And then again, Burgos and Suprayon were involved in a little wrestling match. The flag was up for offside. Again, the diagonal switch of play. Politidis onside this time, running at Guerrier. Mehmeti there in support, the ball just behind him. Piscopo, great touch, finds Boss. Space for victory down this left-hand side. Well, Atkinson couldn't go with Casey Boss, but Zane Schreiber came across importantly to add some cover. Melbourne victory. Recycle, bring it around with Burgos. Now Arzani. Ashash wants it short, into feet, and then his pass is overhit.
Well, returning the favour. The last time Burgos got the ball was that over-the-shoulder pass to Ashash on the right wing, found touch, and now Ashash has returned the serve. Very, very sharp. I tell you who's made a fantastic start, Robbie. Zane Schreiber, who was getting ready to put the tracky pants on at kick-off, and then James Jego pulled up lame. Well, he has really jumped in full-blooded to this opportunity. I think it's been fantastic, the opening 15 minutes.
Australia under-18 international. Here's Cohen on the left. Brilliant finish. Jonathan Cohen goes to silence the North Terrace. The fourth goal of the season. He brought it down and he curled it beyond Jack Duncan. And those City supporters at the far end of the pitch can celebrate.
Well, it was Schreiber who won the ball in quite muscular fashion in midfield, and Victory's own midfield on a Harvey Norman replay caught totally in transition. Boss can't get to the ball first. The touch inside from Cohen sets up the whole thing. He's really starting to find his feet. And there is nothing Jack Duncan can do about that one.
The goal in the 5-0 victory over Perth, a brace against Brisbane 2 weeks ago in that 4-1 victory, and now a goal in the Melbourne derby for Jonathan Cohen. 16 minutes in, and what we said was a very different start to this match compared to the derby back in round 2 is confirmed with a goal to the away side. Only the 5th goal that Melbourne Victory have conceded all season as well. They still have the best defence in the league. Arzani taking on Bajic, going straight past him. The cutback for Baladon, then it probably should be 1-1.
Well, again, Jordi Valadon is not at all made a name for himself. The reputation, which is burgeoning, it's fair to say, but not as a goal scorer. Arzani does brilliantly. It's not as easy as it might have looked. It's certainly in a nice position, but the ball had plenty of sting on it and possibly skidding off the turf. So he had to adjust, couldn't make the necessary adjustments, and City survive. Very sharp from Daniel Arzani. And Aziz Bayic at left fullback for Melbourne City was just left completely stranded.
Arzani was left out of the cup side, of course, under Patrick Kisnorbo, the cup final team, which MacArthur won by a goal to nil. He's forced his way back into this side. Valadon does well with Mashash. Burgos has to take evasive action. Mashash asking the question as he ran down Bayic. He made the most of the contact. As is Bayic immediately pulling out of his run. Suprayon with the big switch towards Cohen, who applauds the intention, not the execution. Melbourne City already with the Lions' share of possession, 55-45. They've had more shots as well. And here they come again. Politidis forcing Guerrier back. Just sees it out of play. Let's head down to Tristan McManus on the sidelines for us this evening. Tristan, what's the atmosphere like down there after that goal for City?
It's definitely different level. It's very rare I get out of New South Wales. If it's like this down here every weekend, I might just have to move down. They're all over the fans here today. And there's no doubt that Patrick Kisnorbo was a serial winner in this league, but there is a feeling that maybe they've got one of their own in charge here. The crowd are really up for it. Maybe it's Arthur in a suit today. Maybe it's the fact that if they win, they go top of the league. But the crowd are really, really up for it. They're really happy with the response since going one down. There's plenty of game, plenty of life, plenty of goals left in this game today. You can hear them. They're unreal.
Fantastic. Tristan in his element on the sideline on Derby Day. Well, there's been nothing official out of Melbourne victory. Burgos, or rather there was a statement saying Arthur Dillis will take over as interim manager for the foreseeable future. Here's Valadon in the corner of the box looking for options. Finds one with Arzani. Little pass through. The option, the opportunity. Teague couldn't bring the ball under control. It was very tight, and in the end a little too cramped inside the Melbourne City penalty box. So many questions about would Arthur Dillis really be given the reins of Melbourne victory? Were they on the lookout for another coach? Well, the word coming out of the victory camp over the last 24-48 hours is that yes, indeed it will be Arthur Dillis to take this side forward. There is no search for a replacement manager at the moment from Melbourne victory. Cohen. Good challenge from Teague. Well, referee has spotted a free kick in there.
No, I'm with you. I think Ryan Teague did very, very well. Cohen loses control of the ball, then loses his own balance. I think I'm letting Ryan Teague play on for that one. At any rate, that's the angle we had. The ref had a different angle. Very experienced. Speaking of experience.
Kevin Muscat, who's just won the league and cup double in China with Shanghai Port. He's won the A-League, the J-League, and now the Chinese Super League. Wonder where the next stop is for Kevin Muscat. Ball back post is a good one, and so is the defensive header. A crucial one from Jason Guerrier. The referee spotting a foul there in the end on Socceroo Jason Guerrier. A little nudge in the back from Kai Truen. Drag back. This time from the 17-year-old. Mehmeti, who's already scored twice this season. They've got big raps on him. Prolific at MPL level. Actually scored a hat-trick on debut. There's a 15-year-old with the senior MPL side at City. When they were 2-0 down with half an hour to go when he came off the bench. Not a bad way to introduce yourself. Boss, big switch.
A lot of air, big opportunity wasted. Geordie Boss. Casey Boss, rather. I'm sure Geordie, his brother, will be following with great interest.
Might be here somewhere as well with the European seasons, most of them closing down last weekend. Perhaps a cup match still to come just before Christmas, before a couple of weeks off. For the English-based players, of course. Politidis. No way past Casey Boss. Arzani brings it down. Valadon, first time ball for Piscopo. Burgos and Mashash forward. It's nicely done from Piscopo, gliding past Cohen. Taking on Schreiber now. Here's Mashash, back for Piscopo. Took too long. Just couldn't set himself. Renaud Piscopo. And the defence again with Zane Schreiber.
Well, it's beautiful work. And Piscopo gets rid of Cohen. Just delightful, really. And I love your call, Robbie, the way he was gliding up the field. Beautiful. And then Schreiber, the youngster again. Look, the ground is covering. And no fuss, just making sure he maintains his composure and his balance, and he saves the day, because that was an equaliser for all money then, shaping up for Melbourne victory.
He's played every single match this season. Zane Schreiber returning to the starting 11 after the last two off the bench as Beach punches. It's not convincing. It's still there. Atkinson gets it clear. He was very highly rated, Zane Schreiber, at Sydney FC when he made the move to Melbourne City at the start of last season. Here goes Arzani. Arzani still. Still Arzani with Burgos looking for the return ball. Good football again. Atkinson stayed alert. He's followed Arzani across the pitch as Bajic now finds himself at right back. Not sure for how long that will be.
Well, both teams just playing some fantastic stuff. I mean, there's great speed in the Melbourne victory ball movement, but City's defence has been capable, and when City have the ball, the width they have, and their willingness to use that width, a constant line of diagonal balls to stretch the victory defence is really setting City up. Both teams doing really well in this Christmas derby. It's making for a great watch.
Referee just having a word to Zinedine Mashash, was sent off in the derby final last year in the first half, in which Paul Izzo starred throughout the match and in the penalty shootout. Mashash returned just in time for the grand final, which victory lost to the Central Coast Mariners. Glancing header from Hamill all the way through to Duncan. Now Mishash able to turn and face forward. Scored in his last two, Zinedine Mishash. Here he goes again, hits it towards the corner. And he was so close to 3-3. Patrick Beach with the second great save of the evening for him so far.
Yeah, that's it. City have had one good shot on goal and scored. Victory have had two good shots. Very well saved by Beach. Look at him streak away. Ugarkovic making up the ground, but it's not enough to deny Mishash the shot at goal. Great work from Beach in the City.
Marzani with Piscopo. He hits it into traffic. It was Ryan Teague who was there. It was Piscopo with the shot. Well, it was almost a carbon copy goal that came in the 8th minute against Perth. Last time out for victory from Zinedine Mishash. Marzani looking for Virgos. They're starting to grow into the contest, Melbourne Victory. It was a very, very bright start from Melbourne City. You'd say just about deservedly in front, but Victory now is starting to just flex their muscle a little bit. Can City hurt them on the counter-attack? Cohen, good control. Roderick Miranda goes to have a word with referee Sean Evans. Not everyone in agreement.
Not that. Well, one of his hot chips was going down the wrong way.
Melbourne City have conceded half their goals from set pieces, 4 out of 8, and are yet to score from a set piece this season. They play it short with Bajic, now delivered back post, and that stat continues to the delight, I might say, of the majority of the fans here inside Amy Park. Again, Victory do decide to play out from the back, at least initially, before Miranda looked long and turns it over straight away. Now Atkinson, this is well played. Ball across the face. Gary up, watchful. Great touch from Piscopo. Hesitated too long before making that big switch. Here's Hamill. Supréon, straight back, the Frenchman. To Jack Duncan. No 4th clean sheet for him this evening. No top spot in the league either for Melbourne Victory. Free kick again. Goes Jonathan Cohen's way. Just enough of a tangle on that occasion with Boss through the back of Cohen. Melbourne Victory, the side that have committed the fewest fouls all season. Now, half an hour in, they're more than double. City's number here is that's a good ball. Oh, Duncan spilt it! And somehow he was afforded the opportunity to get it back under the nose of 2 Melbourne City players.
Oh, rushing in as he kite through it. Oh, he nearly gets his toe on it.
Truan and Cohen.
What were they doing?
Oh, Arzani flattened, and the free kick goes as is Bayic's way. Crowd can't quite believe it. A little shake of the hand between Bayic and Arzani. Referees trying to keep a tight lid on this one. And you can see a beautiful evening in Melbourne for the derby. I'm pleased to say a very healthy crowd in attendance as well. Hamill beaten in the air by Mehmeti. Boss with Miranda. Schreiber again under intense pressure from Mashash. Now Victory with Piscopo. Mashash into the area. He's such a tricky customer that Atkinson stuck to his guns. Releases Cohen. 3 forward in attack for City. Here's Politidis. Bayic to a chorus of boos from the Victory supporters. Schreiber gives it away, intercepted by Piscopo. Here's Valadon. Arzani just needs to suck in a few deep breaths. It wasn't on that time from Jordi Valadon, and Arthur Dillis just asks his players to try and stay calm, to try and position themselves in the eye of the storm. Truant back to Beach. We've become accustomed to seeing Patrick Beach playing the ball around at the back for Melbourne City. He has in fact attempted more passes than every single City player except for Truant and Suprail this season, Patrick Beach. More than 100 passes more than the likes of Schreiber and Ugarkovic playing in the centre of the park. We haven't seen too much of it so far this evening. After they were burned early on in the derby, they're trying perhaps to overplay out from the back. Politidis. Early cross, Hamill's touch with Valadon. Virgos taking off. Truant going with him. It's a good ball from Valadon. Perhaps just forcing Virgos into a one-on-one duel with a younger and faster opponent. Suprail this time. Oh, they've managed to double team Hamill. Mehmeti's got the right side. In behind. Mehmeti. Oh, and just as he went to pull the trigger, he misfired.
Unbelievable chance. Brandon Hamill, Miranda, both asking the assistant for help with the offside, but it didn't look at all like it was offside. Just really bad positioning in the centre circle there. Miranda, what was he thinking? Completely on the wrong side. It needs Hamill to bail him out, and a mistouch from Mehmeti. He knows the chance that's come his way, and it really should be 2-0 Melbourne City.
Goal last weekend against Auckland, to go with one against Perth for Medin Mehmeti, his first in the A-League. Politidis gives it straight back to Mashash with Arzani. Here's Geria. The ball for Virgos. It's a great ball. It's not a bad first touch either. Mashash, look at the space on the left-hand side. Boss. Virgos trying to get there. Piscopo. Mashash on the left boot. Piscopo again with Boss. Victory. trying to get back on level terms. The cross in, Kai Truan with a great defensive header. They repel victory again. Victory keep coming though. Piscopo, it falls. Rather fortunately perhaps for Arzani. Free kick. Quite central, 25 metres out, and a yellow card for Andreas Cohen. Just lunging in there, Cohen. Arzani. Did he get much on the ball? Nothing. Good decision from the referee. Cohen, the first player into the book on Derby Day, and an inviting free kick. They do have no shortage of players that can take them. Patrick Beach was in this situation just a week ago against Auckland in the 96th minute, when Moreno's effort went straight through him. Arzani, as Piscopo steps away. There'll be no having to decide where the shot is coming from. Daniel Arzani, it is. Goes low under the wall. Well, there was no draft excluder. They got that part of it right. The wall jumped. But unfortunately, it was straight at Patrick Beach. A little touch from Arzani. Beach wants the free kick, nothing given, and then it's just too much haste from Arzani to try and play in Burgos.
Well, it was a good chance that it opened up, as his Beach is still carrying on and unawarded the foul as he saw it.
And again it's City. Their turn to go long for Cohen. The Austrian, the cutback. Ugarkovic was arriving, and now the flag goes up with 20 seconds after the event against Andreas Cohen. Rilio Vidmar's seen his side make an excellent start, and now...
Well, the offside was 10 metres inside the half.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or are they not saying he's offside till he plays at the ball that way up there? Or don't they care?
Well, they do care because they repositioned the free kick. Good header from Mashash. Burgos gives it straight back. Mashash still so comfortable on the ball. Boss, Arzani, Mashash onto the left, deflected. Just why victory are getting closer.
Well, I'd say the pressure on both defences has been about 50-50, Robbie. But I think the pressure on the City goal has been greater. City haven't been able to put the same amount of pressure on the victory goal, save, of course, for the goal itself scored by Cohen. Beach has been diving around, two very good saves at full stretch another couple of times. Deflection's gone past him. They can't be far off victory.
In it comes from Arzani, near post, the flick from Miranda. Now Valadon. Valadon still Jordi Valadon, no way through. Everyone back for City. All 11 players inside their own penalty box.
And it's just really diligent. Look at the attention, the focus of the City defenders. There was not a single player whose attention was distracted or waning, and they did what was needed to get the ball clear.
Page with the long throw up the line. Guerrier's header. Schreiber only as far as Valadon. Piscopo with Mashash again. Mashash was winding up. He had Piscopo on the left.
Yeah, they're very keen, all of them, to score, but I think there was a better pass on to Piscopo there from Zinedine.
Well, this match is being played at a fantastic pace. This is where you see the quality of the individuals, the technicians, the control under pressure, the likes of Piscopo, Mashash, Cohen and Cohen. Glancing header from Politides. It's going to go Victory's way. 10 shots to 4 in favour of Melbourne Victory after that excellent first 15 minutes from Melbourne City. Victory have even managed to wrestle back the majority of possession over the last half hour. 3 shots on target to 2. The third one, after 2 great saves, was the free kick. Here's Arzani again. Support coming from Boss. Arzani again. Straightens up, a little jink, finds space. Burgos, a little 1-2, it's nicely worked. Arzani still the flick. Another corner.
I think like to watch Piscopo, Arzani. It's just breathtaking when he's in full stride. Defenders don't know whether to come or go, stay or turn.
But they're doing the job at the moment, the Melbourne City defence. Mashash. I think he's had a toe stepped on there. Let's have a look. Oh, there it is. Andreas Cohen. Not to cast aspersions, but shall we say that looked avoidable, perhaps, from the Austrian. Referee comes to have a word. Don't forget, the referee is in constant contact with the fourth official and also the VAR. Arzani delivers again, this time back post. Beach couldn't get there, it was well defended. Teague back in, and that's another save from Patrick Beach.
And just another example of the theme that's developed as the first half draws to a close. Both teams have had to defend well. They've been under a lot of pressure, both teams playing well, but it's actually the City goal which has been under the heat the most, and Teague just helping that back on the volley. It was a very effective effort.
Teague takes the corner short with Mashash. Now Arzani curls it back post. That's a strong claim from Patrick Beach, who's come under criticism, come under fire from fans and observers alike in recent weeks. A very talented goalkeeper. Consistency is the name of the game, and he's reassured his defence well there in the final minute of this first half. Cohen wins the header. Valadon now with Guerria. Again it's long towards Burgos. Swirling around, Burgos gets there with Piscopo. Great ball for Valadon. Teague. The switch of play for Arzani. Bayet showing plenty of respect as Arzani winds up again, the back heel. Guerria still with Arzani. Only seconds left in the first half. Arzani's ball for Valadon is a good one. And so is the challenge from Suprayon.
He's in the mood, Arzani. He's in the mood. It just draws defenders. Look at the teasing going on. It's like the matador dangling the cloak at the bull. I just don't want to go near him for good reason. He's just getting past players at will. No goals to show for it for victory, but they have come very close.
Not yet anyway. Last chance of the first half. Arzani's ball, Guerria's header. Well, he's already scored one header this season. And that is the last opportunity of the first half. A breathless first half at Amy Park, in which Melbourne City went ahead through a superb strike in the 16th minute from Jonathan Cohen. It was an excellent start to the derby from the men in City Blue, Aurelio Vidmar's side. But slowly, Melbourne Victory grew into the contest, dominated the contest. And if it wasn't for Patrick Beach in the City goal, Victory may well be back on level terms or even better. As it sits after 45 minutes at AAMIC Park, Victory 0, City 1. Well, we're going to head off to a quick break. Tara will be back with Archie and Macca and all the halftime analysis after these messages.
This year's Alex Tobin Medal is brought to you by Isuzu UTE. The winner of the prestigious award will win their choice of a brand new top-of-the-range Isuzu D-Max or 7-seat MUX. Plus, the Isuzu UTE Alex Tobin medalist will nominate a junior football club to win $10,000. Make sure you're watching this season's grand final when the winning player and club will be revealed.
Traders, highways and conductors. Orchestrating the single instruments, overseeing every movement. Staying on tempo, impeccable precision. This requires breakthroughs. It's your show, Victoria Trading.
Australia, the new Isuzu D-Max is really and ready for life.
Hello there and welcome back to the Showbiz Corner of Amy Park. There is Evangeline and she was fantastic before the game, hoping to inspire Melbourne victory. Hasn't quite happened just yet, Harps. We mentioned before the game two really influential people who we were looking to see, Mashash and Steve Ugarkovic. Of course, Ugarkovic got the assist for the goal, but it's a player who wasn't originally in the starting lineup who's caught your eye the most today.
Well, Not the most necessarily, but I think it deserves special mention. They've been great players right across the field from both teams, but to come in late on a big day like a derby, given the week in the lead-up, James Jeggo was listed to start. During the warm-up, he pulled out, so it's a very short preparation. I thought for the opening 20 minutes, he was probably the dominant midfielder, and on that basis, was keeping Melbourne City in that advantage position. I think he's going to have to come into the game more in the second half. Mashash really looked like he was taking control of things in an attacking sense, and Daniel Arzani is just flying today. But young James Schreiber, excellent. He won the header to get the ball to Ugarkovic for the ball over to Cohen to score. But he's a very, very good player. That stands to reason. But his ground coverage, his game sense, and his ability to be in the right place at the right time, certainly for that opening 20-odd minutes, I think really helped Melbourne City get settled into this game. And I think he's going to have to find something extra in this second half as well, as City look to defend against a victory team that was really gaining the dominance towards the end of that first half.
Yeah, well, we don't have to wait too much longer to see what impact he's going to have in the second half. The second half is 1 minute away.
Welcome back to the Melbourne Derby, half-time. No changes to either side at the break. Melbourne City leading by a 1-0, courtesy of Jonathan Cohen in the 16th minute. Melbourne City were back out on the pitch a good 4 minutes before Melbourne victory, and was still in their changing room. New coach Arthur Dillis keeping the side in as long as possible. Now we are all set for the second half. Referee Sean Evans sets the stopwatch. And it is Melbourne Victory who are chasing the derby at half-time that get this second period underway. To an excited, a little bit nervous cheer from their fans in the North Terrace. We had a big tifo before the game. Evangeline Victoria with the violin playing. And unfortunately for the home fans, it was Melbourne City that burst out of the blocks. Victory have grown into the contest though. Piscopo coming back from a largely offside position. It was a really frenetic opening 45 minutes, played at great intensity. Both sides looking to press high. Jesse Boss didn't feel he got a touch on that, but the throw has gone City's way. Zinedine Mashash had 3 shots at goal in that first half, more than any other player. Ugarkovic delivers to the back post. Bajic, a little touch with Politidis, goes again, Bajic! Unable to test Duncan. 90 seconds on the clock in the second half, and already a first chance for Melbourne City. And in the end, a yard wide of the upright. Goes long towards Guerrier. It's off the head of Politides. "17 shots at goal in the first half. The vast majority in favour of victories." Here goes Piscopo. Mehmeti. There is very strong back to goal. Hamill has to be careful. They found themselves 2-on-2 for a moment there at the back. Gary up with Hamill, back to Duncan. Cohen trying to put the pressure on. City haven't kept a clean sheet in their last 3 matches. A loss to Western Sydney Wanderers, a big win over Brisbane by 4-1, and then that 2-2 draw that was settled in the final seconds against Auckland. Referee sees nothing untoward there. Ugarkovic over the top, great touch from Mehmeti, and it's just the wrong side of the post. Goal kick, the flag stays down. Andy Harper, another let-off early in this second half.
Well, beautiful from Ugarkovic. It's Miranda again who's caught up field. He's, as a young striker with plenty of promise, he's not going to get 2 better striking chances running in on goal than he's had tonight. Missed his kick the first time and misplaced the kick on that occasion. And Aurelio Vidmar, fine player in an attacking sense in his own right, doesn't need reminding of what a amazing chance that was.
Well, Cohen has to be careful there. Referee was very quick on the whistle. He could have allowed play to continue. I thought for a moment he might have been considering a yellow card. Cohen, of course, the only player booked so far in this match in the 38th minute. Cohen still pleading his case with the referee and his teammates there. The throw up the line. Mashash. Valadon finds Piscopo. Great touch again from Piscopo. Too quick for Atkinson. And now victory players marauding forward. Valadon tries to curl it. Suprayon heads away. Great touch from Cohen. That's Piscopo back doing the defensive duties.
You know, all this time watching Piscopo over the last few years, and I don't think you really appreciate how fast he is across the ground. I mean, his touch is just on fire tonight, but running away from the likes of Nathaniel Atkinson, running away from, it's not easy to do. He's doing it with the ball at his feet. Very, very impressive.
Boss finds Piscopo again. City's turn to try and do some defending. Arzani drives the ball in. Suprayon gets it clear. Valadon knocked over by Mehmeti. Hamill has it back with Boss. And Cohen pinned for the foul, only just.
That's a great escape there from Geordie Boss. He was asleep at the wheel. There was a foul after it. No question about that. If he could have restrained himself there, Cohen, Melbourne City might have had a decent counter-attack on.
This time Patrick Beach doesn't want a wall. In the end he does. A 2-player wall. Big man, little man, Cohen and Schreiber.
This is Auckland range, is it? It's going through Beach's mind.
Arzani it is. Hits it, knuckle ball. Trying to reproduce what Brandon Borello was able to pull out of the bag last week. Beach again. So comfortable playing that ball-playing third central defender. Any side have the ball when they step out. Arzani does brilliantly again. Piscopo, can he keep it in? Does so, not for long. Truant comes sliding across, and then there is a little bit of feeling in this one. Atkinson backs up his central defender as well, trying to get under the skin of Piscopo. He hasn't kept that in. Bruno Piscopo, as he twists and turns, tries to jink away from trouble. Emilio Vidmar has seen it all before. Arthur Dillis too, but not in the seat he currently occupies. To say he's been a model of calm and reflection down on the sideline so far, Arthur Dillis. Mashash has bundles Atkinson out of the way, looks to keep going. Bajic runs from the scene of the crime. Victory starting to get a little bit frustrated. And City are trying to catch up in the foul count. It was almost 2-1 in Victory's favour for fouls committed midway through the first half. Look at the space for Arzani. Well played, Politidis. Now Teague. Guerrier. Arzani again. Well played, Politidis the second time. Cohen, Politidis sets off. Looking for the little back heel for Cohen. He's kept it alive. Schreiber, and now Bajic. Beach gets it back from Truant, now Suprayon. Seen that long ball on numerous occasions, and Roderick Miranda screaming at the referee's assistant on this near side for the offside flag. Jamison bellowing at Patrick Beach as well. Mashash, little touchback for Piscopo. Arzani wants it. The ball rolled out. Arzani. The cross in. Oh, the touch is Paul Boss. What an opportunity, completely mishit. 10 minutes into the second half, and it's a let-off for City.
Well, Arzani very quick on the uptake. The cross took a fortunate deflection for Melbourne Victory, and Boss opened up that far post nicely. It was the right idea. It was inept execution. Off the hook, Melbourne City for the time being.
In it comes. The touch from Hamill only finds Cohen. Gets away from Arzani, looking for Politidis. Jordi Valadon cleans up at the back for Victory. They're really being kept on their toes, though, by a very direct Melbourne City this evening. Truant finds Schreiber, now Bajic. Politidis with Schreiber again. They've forced Victory all the way back. Flag up this time against Andreas Cohen. He has 4 assists to his name this season, to go with 2 goals. No player for Melbourne City has more goal involvements. Melbourne Victory have been sharing the scoring around. 9 different goal scorers so far this season. They could use one this evening. Boss closed down again by Cohen.
First period in the match, 57 minutes in. There's just a little bit of a lull. It's been full on the whole time till now. City playing long and direct in the spell. That'll be a foul on the keeper. The space that's created as the field has stretched has been pretty well exploited by Melbourne Victory, who've looked very dangerous without reward ultimately. Just about now. Things are just tapering off a little bit. The calm before the next storm, which I'm not anticipating to be far off.
Still great noise coming from the North Terrace behind the goal, being defended by Melbourne City. Oh, Boss hit hard by Politidis. It's left him on the ground for a moment. The referee comes to check he's okay. Solid contact. Hamill. They invite the press from City now. Can they play their way out of it? Certainly they have the individuals capable of doing that, and they have done so far. Great ball from Hamill. The Boss. No free kick by Cohen. Releases Mehmeti forward quickly. Taking on Hamill. Mehmeti crossing to the back post. It's brilliant. And so unlucky. In the end, Jack Duncan making the save to deny Politidis.
Well, Cohen scoring the first goal, or the only goal so far, just a little bit of a nudge, maybe a little from behind, but the ref says, all things considered, that's fair enough. The run forward was excellent from Mehmeti. Full stride, he's quite something as well. It's a really lovely ball to the back post. And Jack Duncan just gets his body in the way.
The bird's eye view of Amy Park. First corner of the evening for the away side, down in front of their pocket of fans. Cohen delivers. Kai Truant did ever so well to get his head on that, and he's won another corner. Cohen again with the left foot. We saw in all its glory in the 16th minute with a superb finish. He's already got quite the scrapbook of goals in the A-League. There's Jonathan Cohen. He's hit the woodwork a couple of times as well. Duncan took a long way in making up his mind if he was going to come for that. In the end he did. He only just got there. Baladon to Arzani. Arzani still. Page just gives it straight back again to Hamill. Baladon. And Arzani comes. Piscopo this time is the target. Piscopo. Still going Piscopo. Well, he scored a brilliant goal earlier this season, Piscopo, to get the win over MacArthur.
That's his sort of range as well. Surrounded by 4 City defenders there. Just didn't quite sit for him. That extra bit of work he had to put in created the extra elevation, a bit of star power and firepower on the bench for victory this evening.
Bruno Fornaroli and Nishan Velupillay both preparing to enter the fray right when victory need goals. Here's two in Bruno Fornaroli. Last season in particular, he hasn't had such an opportunity this year, but Nishan Velupillay certainly this year as well knows where the back of the net is. The crowd, you can hear what they think of it. A big roar for Bruno Fornaroli as he replaces Nikolaos Vergos. And Nishan Velupillay will come on for Daniel Arzani after 62 excellent minutes from Arzani, and a round of applause for Velupillay as well. Mashash hasn't seen too much of the ball so far in the second half. It's more as much a question of profile as anything else. If you're bringing on Velupillay, it has to be almost for a Piscopo or an Arzani in those wide dribbling rolls. Piscopo's done well again. Velupillay got Fornaroli off to his side. Mashash still going. Mashash. Fornaroli denied by Beach, and the substitutes immediately into the action.
Well, Piscopo avoiding a couple of landmines and then getting hammered in midfield, but it wasn't enough defensively to stop victory progressing up the field. And as it ends up with Fornaroli, he lashes the ball goalward.
6 saves by Patrick Beach already in this contest. Teague delivers. Oh, Beach has missed it. The opportunity. It's in the back of the net. Roderick Miranda, the victory captain, slams the ball home. And with 25 minutes left to play, victory are back on level terms.
Well, Patrick Beach is apoplectic, adamant that he was interfered with as he went for that ball. So VAR will be spooling through this. Teague hits it on the Harvey Norman replay. There's plenty of curl on the ball. Now, there's definitely a hand on Beach, but was he yanking the goalkeeper back? This is what the video will have to determine. Mashash was the man there. It doesn't look like it's hugely obstructive to me on that replay, but any contact with a goalkeeper might be too much.
Now, the referee just had a word to Patrick Beach, who looked absolutely furious with what he heard. The ball's back in the centre circle. We haven't been told it's been all cleared yet. Goal confirmed. So it stands. Roderick Miranda does get victory level, despite the arm on the shoulder from Zinedine Mashash, which Patrick Beach certainly felt meant he couldn't grab that ball. Now Cohen immediately onto the front foot at the back post now. Cohen again, cleared by a combination of Piscopo and Valadon. Miranda's 4th goal for Melbourne victory in this, his 4th season at the club. Look at this, Cohen again for Politidis, ball for Mehmeti. Miranda gives it straight back to Politidis again. Cohen, the cutback. Cohen still. Well, he wanted it on his left foot more than anything on earth.
It's a pretty decent response from Melbourne City, just quietly. After going and conceding a goal. However, controversially, they've just exploded from the kickoff. You can't take your eyes off this one.
We were wondering when the next storm was about to arrive a few minutes ago.
Didn't think it was far off. The players are in too much of a mood.
Expected goals very much in Melbourne Victory's favour there. Only confirmed 19 shots to 9 in their favour. Oh, they have to be careful here, City. 3 forward for Victory. Fornaroli just can't get it out from under his feet. Fornaroli still. Had Mashash and Piscopo eagerly waiting on either side to be played in. And now we charge up the other end. Bajic accelerates again and crosses. Miranda's header. Schreiber, he hits it. Too far out to cause Duncan any trouble.
70 minutes in. I mean, congratulations and thanks to both sets of players. And the instructions from the coaches, because this has been end-to-end. High quality, certainly high energy. Goalkeepers have had to work, which is a pretty decent test and reflection of what's been on offer here at Amy Park this evening. Still 20 plus to play. Victory, you thought, with the ascendant team. Get the equaliser, but Melbourne City have responded brilliantly since.
Miranda, the Portuguese, wearing the captain's armband for Victory, with Teague. On for Mashash, clever little ball for Piscopo. Here they come again. Piscopo accelerates. Tackled to the ground by Suprayon. If ever there was a certainty in this match, it was that Piscopo was not going any further than that.
Well, there it is again. The speed, the acceleration of Piscopo. Unless I've missed something, it's not been a feature that's been discussed. Not readily, at least. He's really shown tonight a very clean pair of heels. Exposed Suprayon, who felt his only option was to get 2 hands full of the shirt.
And he's a vocal keeper, Patrick Beach, and he wants the full wall set for this one. Piscopo is standing over it, one arm raised. Is he going to look for a teammate? Teague takes it quickly, back post. Atkinson's header only made it as far as Hamill. Now Suprayon. He's done well, the big central defender, and he's fouled by Hamill. And perhaps the greatest merit deserving to Suprayon there was the fact that he was the first to that broken ball when he charged after it towards the sideline. Nervy night for the Victory fans, who can go top of the table with a win. The first in the post-Kisnorbo era. It took so many of the fans. Now, Atkinson's just kicked the ball away there. Referee comes across.
Yeah, naughty, naughty boy, he says. Like, when was that acceptable again? Well, when was that acceptable again?
He's still come across to have a word to him. He's still chatting to him, explaining perhaps why he hasn't got a yellow card. Now Bajic, Politidis drives it low, cleared by Hamill. The Melbourne Victory fans, I think they're shocked that Patrick Kisnorbo walking away from the club was only as great as their shock when he was named.
Yeah.
Only a couple of months earlier.
Yeah, and just as people were maybe getting used to the sight of Kisnorbo in a Melbourne Victory polo, I must say, I'm a little relieved at not having to deal with that cognitive dissonance any longer. And the club saying, look, if Patrick's head is not in the job at Victory, go. And And you just wonder if that message has been picked up by the players who want to send their own message, that this is as much about us as it is about the leadership that Patrick very obviously provided here. But they haven't missed a beat here tonight. Victory have been terrific. And so too have City. It's been an excellent, excellent game of football.
Ben Mazzeo comes in, his third appearance off the bench in consecutive matches for City after recovering from that knee reconstruction last season. The youngster Valadon has done well. Piscopo fouled, but referee allows the advantage again. Valadon with Mashash. Piscopo, overlapping run from Guerrier. It's well played from Victory. What's the referee saying? They wanted to take the throw quickly. Melbourne Victory. Referee wants to have a word to Aziz Bayic now.
The referee straight over. Good on you, Sean Evans, referee. Hopefully, the league is stung by the antics of Brisbane Roar last weekend, and without any official sanctions, hopefully words have been spoken behind closed doors, and referees are fully charged now to get players straight back to their feet as quickly as possible, because Sean Evans did not muck around then. Well done.
There's the live ladder as it stands. Melbourne Victory, for the moment, just moving a point closer to Auckland and Adelaide. But another goal could change all that. Melbourne City there as well. A second change coming for Melbourne City. Kavian Rahmani, another 17-year-old. An Australia under-19 international. He comes on for his fourth appearance of the season. Provided an assist on debut. As well did the youngster Rahmani, wearing the number 47. And he's come in to a second striking role alongside Mehmeti, another 17-year-old. Mazzeo, he's only 19. There's still no Max Caputo. He's sidelined at the moment, working his way back from a broken leg. There's Mazzeo. This young brigade in the absence of the Leckies and Tilios and Nabus. Well, it's the kids, so many of them, who have come through the ranks of the City football schools and then the City Academy. We're seeing it around the A-League in the 20th year. Alessandro Lupane there, Jimmy Jego. The City injury list is not a bad little starting 11 sitting up in the stands. Well, we're only allowed 3 substitution windows. Aurelio Vidmar is now preparing Callum Talbot. And they've used up 2 of them already in very quick succession. As the effort from Nishan Velupale curled all the way off the post, with Beach beaten again. Now Velupale is limping out of that effort as well, looking rather gingerly as here's Teague. Piscopo. He's kept it in, only just against Mazzeo. Good strength too. Corner.
Well, keep an eye on Nishan Velupale, but he just angles that superbly. Maybe if it's on target, Beach actually has it covered. Let's see. It's hard to tell. That's a great effort from Valupale. Oh, jeez, keeper probably beaten, you know, if it's got that extra bit of curl in it.
The City bench have just realised as that ball comes in that they may just wait a moment before introducing Talbot. The switch. Guerrier gets there, he wants the throw quickly, and it goes Victory's way. Throw taken quickly with Fornaroli. Under pressure from Atkinson. He's won the throw. Valupale still trying to jog off. That gingerly ankle. Talbot's been told to put a bib on and continue stretching and just wait. Mazzeo misses it. Truan is there. Page dispossessed. Fornaroli. Bruno curling it. Beach with another flying save. Palms it away two-handed. Valupale. No way past Atkinson. Well, it was an ankle injury with the Socceroos that Nishan Valupale picked up, and he's not moving freely.
He doesn't look 100%, does he? This is great anticipation as much as anything from Beach. He read the eyes of Bruno and he started moving to his left. And then bats the ball away. He's been very busy tonight. He will maintain that Victory's equaliser should have actually been a foul awarded to him. Match officials said no. Outside of that singular moment, he's been excellent. And that's not going to tickle Cohen, but it's an accident completely. As Jason Guerrier loses his feet.
And now we've got Mehmeti, who's down, holding his left hamstring. The referee is telling him to get up, Miranda wants the crowd to get on City's back.
Well, actually, the referee can just wave play on. Then again, we've got a relatively speedy outcome.
And there's a double change coming now for City as Mehmeti is back up onto his feet. So Callum Talbot is preparing to come into the game, and so is Arian Suleimani. Started in the 4-1 win over Brisbane. Suleimani came off at half-time, was introduced off the bench again against Auckland. Last time out, Mehmeti still holding that left hamstring. That's a straight swap up front with Suleimani on. And Zane Schreiber is replaced by Talbot, which we'll see Nathaniel Atkinson move into that number 6 role alongside Stephen Ugarkovic in midfield. Suleimani's first touch with Cohen. So apart from any concussion substitution, City have made all their changes they can. Talbot, first effort, brilliant stop. Well, his first touch of the football almost gave City the lead back.
Yeah, full of determination. Yeah, excellent work from Jack Duncan. It's basically been Victory doing the attacking for most of the second half. And called into action. Duncan excellent.
He thought it was in, didn't he? Talbot, this one is behind for a goal kick. Well, both keepers have been forced to work for their crust this evening. That was a really fine save from Jack Duncan. His boss. With Miranda. Looks further afield towards Fornaroli. Wrestling with Truan. He's won the throw. So good back to goal. Bruno Fornaroli. Victory really struggling to get Mashash onto the ball in this second half. There's Miranda. Piscopo, a little touch. Rahmani. His head up. Suleimani not attacking it. He's been excellent this evening. Bruno Piscopo and his return to the starting 11. Boss. Nice touch. Foul by Mazzeo. Who knew it? The referee just waited until it was clearly a foul. Teague back to Duncan. Ooh. A little spin on the ball, almost catching out the keeper. He's forced to backtrack, then go long. Mashash goes without it. Valadon. Galupale. Little 1-2 with Mashash. Then the ball gets away, but Mashash is fouled. Taken quickly. Teague. Who wants this derby victory more? The navy blue or the light blue of City? Mazzeo. Got Suleimani ahead of him. Can't find him. Intercepted by Miranda. Well played, Mazzeo. Got it back. Talbot. Valadon with Boss. It's being played. You could throw about a tissue over 6 players. Boss. The touch for Piscopo. Runs onto it into the area. Bruno Piscopo still. Anywhere will do for City. Scott Jameson screaming at the City players that have come on, the youngsters, to keep giving it absolutely everything, to run themselves into the ground for the cause. Duncan long, one in the air by Boss. Here's Piscopo again. Again, it's a clever touch, and it's Ugarkovic with the foul. Yellow card. Victory players absolutely furious.
Well, Robbie, I've been waiting for this because Ugarkovic should have been on a yellow card after about 5 minutes. And if he doesn't make that tackle if he's sitting on a yellow card, or very obviously if he does, he picks up the red. And there's no intent to win that ball, and he has that levity and that opportunity because he wasn't punished appropriately early in the match for that challenge on Zinedine Machash.
Three yellow cards this evening, all of them for Melbourne City. Cohen, Suprayon, and now Ugarkovic. There's Ryan Teague. Stands over the free kick. Delivers. Gary, head up. Just plays it to Jonathan Cohen. Suleimani. Back with Cohen. Talbot. Oh, and the flag's up for offside. That is frustrating. Mazzeo it was.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a lack of concentration because a very good opportunity building there for Melbourne City.
Maladon's big switch is overhit. Two more changes. Casey Boss makes way for Adama Traore, who scored last week against Perth. Reno Piscopo. There's the other player making way. It's going to be Claris Mario Santos who comes on. Piscopo, who's been playing more centrally in the second half. Santos will head out to the wing. Valupole switches to the left.
Well, Melbourne City have seen off the two biggest threats as they've emerged tonight. Daniel Arzani substituted in the 62nd minute or 63rd, and he was causing them all sorts of grief. And Piscopo, right up until now, has just been outstanding. The two most dangerous players as City have faced them tonight are now off the field. You'd have to think that provides some sort of advantage, if not at least just relief for City.
There is the Paramount Plus player index. Patrick Beach, despite being implicated in the equalising goal, he will feel being fouled in the lead up to the equalising goal. Leads the way. Mashash struggled to have an influence in the second half, does well there. Baladon.
You're right, he's been very disappointing in the second half. Mashash has looked a little heavy-legged, actually, which just speaks to the quality that the other victory players have put on.
Has to be careful there.
Of course he
He's
does.
already been booked.
I think that's a calculated one. There's not a lot of heat in that particular situation.
Well, when you look at someone like Santos, who's come on, yet to make a big impact at Melbourne victory, what better time for him? Oh, as again it's overhit from Baladon. Miranda and Hamill had come forward, they were at the back post.
That's unfortunate from Baladon. Just with respect to his general performance tonight, again, it's been another top shelf contribution. Jordi Baladon has been outstanding.
Arthur Dillis knows that there are still a few minutes left. His first game in charge as head coach of arguably the biggest club in the country. Handed the opportunity, as surprised as anyone to hear that Patrick Kisnorbo was leaving the club. Announced on Tuesday before the derby as Santos bundles over Bajic and gets the free kick, as is Bajic. Five minutes of stoppage time. 5 minutes for victory or City to go and win the derby. Beach slips but still gets distance. Truan against Fornaroli. Fornaroli goes again on Talbot. Just launches the ball forward. Nervy moments for the fans, plenty of fingernail biting going on. Gary back, still City's youngsters look to press. Try and play the game as far from your own goal as possible. They conceded a heartbreaking late goal at Auckland last week. Miranda going long, both sides have looked long this evening, not always with great precision.
Well, it's Melbourne City who are looking comfortable with the draw at the moment. They're taking a fair bit of time to get the ball started again, with the game restarted from this throw-in.
Cohen back with Bajic. He launches long. Guerrier under pressure. Baladon's touch is a good one for Miranda. Mashash looking wide for Santos. intercepted by Bajic, who did well. Now he's got a little cramp. The crowd quickly onto his back. Suleimani. No way past Hamill. Santos. Looks up, looks long for Fornaroli. Back to goal with Truant. Plenty of City defenders back there.
Well, the Victory fans really appreciating Old Man Rivers' effort. He's chasing everything down.
Bajic is the player the Victory fans love to hate. Long throw. Little nudge in the back of Guerrier. Referee allows play to continue. Valadon with Miranda. We're into the 4th of 5 minutes of stoppage time. That's poor from Miranda as Talbot looks long for Suleimani. He's done well, Suleimani, but so has Miranda, right on the very limit of what is legal. Valupale, oh, the pass for Fornaroli, who gets there, rounds Beach, and Bajic clears. And he lets the kids know that he's not happy, as is Bajic.
Well, it's a lovely through ball. How does Bruno not get a toe on that? Or was he trying to get round the keeper? From Fornaroli, if ever there was. That should have been game, set and match for Victory.
The corner now in the last minute. T to deliver. In it comes. The header away by Suprayon. Again, it's the big central defender that heads after it. Traore. How much time will there be added on? Still 30 seconds left. Traore towards Bruno. Truant's header. Valupale. Too casual. Miranda. Valupale again. Well, it's going to take something special. Does anyone have the energy left? Valupale dispossessed, but he wins it back. Mashash quickly, but there's no time. Arthur Dillis, his reign at Melbourne Victory begins with a draw in the derby. It was a really absorbing contest between these two sides. Melbourne City, with all their injury problems, coming into this 3 points behind their arch rivals Melbourne Victory. Well, that gap remains after 95 fiercely competitive minutes of football. Jonathan Cohen opening the scoring with a fantastic goal in the 16th minute. Roderick Miranda, the Victory skipper, slamming the ball home for an equaliser midway through the second half. Patrick Beach feels he was impeded in the lead up to that goal. Melbourne Victory will feel perhaps that this remains an opportunity that got away from them after dominating possession and shots and XG and all the statistics. The bottom line is this one could have ended either way, and perhaps a 1-1 draw is at the end of the night the right result. It's finished here at Amy Park. Melbourne Victory 1, Melbourne City 1.